Good morning.
Morning.
James Cooper from Sky. We've had various incarnations since you've been in England. You've been the special one. You've been the happy one. What does Manchester make you?
I don't know. Really. The other two times I was arriving at the country. This is a different one. I was sacked by Chelsea and then I stayed in the same country, in the same competition, with the same faces in front of me, basically. So it's nothing new for me, really. It's just arrive into a club that is difficult to describe. It's difficult to find the right words to describe this club. I don't like the denomination that many times people use, is the dream job. This is not a dream job. This is reality. I am Man United manager. But the reality is that I think it's a job that everyone wants, and not many had a chance to have. And I have it. And I know obviously the responsibility. I know the expectation. At the same time, I know the legacy. I know what is behind me. I know the history of this club. I know what the fans they expect from me. And I think this challenge obviously doesn't make me nervous, because my history in the last 10 years or more was always to live with big clubs' expectations. And I think it comes in the right moment of my career, where I feel obviously very well prepared, very stable, and with a great motivation. I can say that I am where I want to be. I want to be in this club. I want to be in this country. I want to be in the Premier League and in the domestic cups. I feel a bit frustrated that I'm not playing Champions League. I don't hide that I chase Sir Alex records in the Champions League number of matches as a manager. I am around 130 matches, a little bit more, a little bit less. And hopefully it's only one season that we are not there. And when I say we, obviously the club is much more important than myself. And Man United is a Champions League club. And we have to make sure that July 2017, instead of waiting for the Europa League playoffs and then the group draw, we have to make sure that this club is where it has to be, which is obviously the Champions League.
Simon Stone, BBC. The reality of Manchester United is that the last 3 years they've finished 7th, 4th and 5th. You said in your statement to forget about the last 3 years. Realistically, what is the aim this season? Is the aim to compete, or is the aim to win these big trophies?
Depends on. I think depends on the way you want to face it. I was never very good playing with the words and playing with or hiding behind words and hiding behind philosophies. I was never good on that. In fact, I never tried to be good on that. I was always much more aggressive in my approach, with the risks that obviously can bring, and would be easy and even honest and pragmatic from my side to focus on the last 3 years, to focus on the fact that we don't qualify for Champions League and so on, and would be quite pragmatic to say that let's work and let's try to be back to the Champions League. Let's try to be back to the top 4. Let's try to do well in the Europa League. I'm not good on that, and I don't want to be good. I prefer to be more aggressive. And to be more aggressive is to say that we want to win. We want to win. And probably I can anticipate that any one of you would come later with a question about style of play and what is before is the result or the style of play. I can imagine that one of these questions is around the corner. And I can anticipate by saying you can win a short competition, you can win a couple of matches without playing well, but you cannot win competitions without playing well. What is playing well? Playing well is score more goals than the opponent, is to concede less goals than the opponent, is to make your fans proud because you give absolutely everything, is to make your fans proud because you win. So we want everything at the same time. And again, it's an aggressive approach by myself. I want everything. I want to win matches. I want to play well. I want to play young players. I want to score goals. I don't want to concede goals. I want the fans to be behind us because in the last 10 minutes we are chasing a result. I want the fans behind us because in the last 10 minutes we are defending a result. I want everything, of course. We are not going to get everything, of course. But we want to.
I've read an interview with you a number of years ago in which you seem to say that you liked big players with a point to prove, and that was one of the things that appealed to you about some of the signings you've made, some of the players that you inherited. Do you fit that category now of being a big player with a point to prove?
Can you repeat, Martin, please?
Yeah, of being a big player, a big success, someone who's been successful throughout his career, but now also has a point to prove after what happened last season.
There are some managers that the last time they won a title was 10 years ago. Some of them, the last time they won a title was never. The last time I won a title was 1 year ago. It was not 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it was 1 year ago. So if I have a lot to prove, imagine the others. But the reality is that that was never important for me. You know, I play against myself. That's my feeling many times. I feel that I have to prove not to the others. I have to prove to myself. Is my nature. I would never be able to work without success. You know, that's my nature. I have always to find the reasons why. I have always many questions towards myself and towards the people that is working with me. Is my nature. That's why I could approach this job in a defensive point of view by saying yes, the last 3 years, yes, the best we did was fourth. The best we did was a FA Cup. I could go to that side. I can't go. Is my nature. And we used to say in big clubs, and I work in some big clubs before. Obviously, Man United, by the social point of view, is a completely different dimension. But the reality is that people, when people has year after year a certain kind of menu, you change the menu. You have to change for better, not for worse. And Man United fans for so many years, success was just routine. Was just routine. And in this moment, the last 3 years are 3 years to forget. Are 3 years that I want to forget. I don't want the players to start the season by thinking we have to do better. What is to do better? To do better is to finish fourth. To finish fourth is not the aim. And this is what I do with myself. You know, I'm 53. I'm not 63 or 73. Maybe you are tired of myself because I started so early at the highest level. But I'm 53. I'm a very young manager. If I have this approach of not try to prove to myself, not try to prove to the others, not going for big challenges, then I am in trouble. But the reality is that I was in trouble for the last 5 months. Was when I was in trouble. The first month was fine. The second month was not so good, and after the second month was a disaster.
You're for Premier League productions. You've already begun to make your mark on this squad. How many more changes do you think you need to make?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think the third player is already official, or not yet? No. So the third player will be official when? Soon. And I can try to make you understand the profile. We made the nucleus of 4 priorities, 4 positions, priorities, to give a certain balance to the squad, to give a certain push in terms of quality and in terms of the qualities that I need, that I want. As you know, especially the ones with more vision. As you know, I'm more a manager that likes specialists and not so much the multifunctional players, because I'm very clear in my approach, in my model of play.